going down this weekend in Glendale, Arizona, US of A. It is headlined by Justin Gaethje taking on Dustin Poirier. And let's start it there. When I seen this matchup, I thought, has Poirier's corner told him who he's fighting? Is this the worst matchup possible for Dustin Poirier?
Not necessarily. He's got really fast hands, but I know what you mean. It's bad chin versus great chin.
That's the basic point. As in, Justin Gaethje looked again like the Korean Zombie or something, where you could literally beat the shit out of him, exhaust yourself out from beating him up, and then he finishes you. That was the thought right up until Eddie Alvarez. And Eddie Alvarez
took a lot, man.
Eddie Alvarez wasn't going to come out for the next round. Remember, his leg was all jacked up. There was no way he was coming out for the second round, and then he landed that knee. But yeah, Poirier, his technique, his speed, his hands, he's looked incredible. Dustin Poirier, the move up has really served him well. But is Justin Gaethje just, styles make fight? Is he just the wrong style fighter to fight here?
In some ways, yes, but he has this. Speaking of Trevor Whitman again, but he throws a leg kick like I always taught to teach to throw a leg kick, where he goes axe to tree motion.
Yeah.
He really chops down. It's wonderful, and he can do it from the clinch, which he'll go clinch, uppercut, back to clinch, step out, and then throw that Ernesto Hoost style leg kick. Those are so damaging. But against a southpaw now, you gotta change up a little bit. Now, see, for me, I'm ambidextrous, so I could then mirror this stuff on close stance again and just do it from the left side, right? But his right kick, so it's now an inside leg kick, which is way easier to check, and that downward motion doesn't really work the same anymore. So one of his number one weapons is kind of out, right? Poirier's not one to get taken down easily because he's fleet of foot. He's got fast hands. The thing is, in the two fight, Gaethje has 2 fights, right, in the UFC?
Yeah.
Both fights he took significant damage. One finished him, one this close. Like 80 times. So we talk about the expiration date of the chin. Probably, but there's that. I think it's interesting. If I had to lean one way, I would lean Gaethje, but I don't think it's a crazy disparity or anything like that. I think each person's strengths kind of are like evened out by the other person's weakness and vice versa.
That's the point I was going to make. Remember the game Top Trumps, the card game Top Trumps?
Yeah, you brought it up last week.
Yeah, I like it. You could have like the super card, and if I just happen to pick that guy that has the stronger strength and your one weakness, I can get the best card in the pack. And that's in a way what I see this fight. Dustin Poirier for me is the more technical striker, faster hands. He's the more all-round mixed martial artist. If you were picking a character in a video game to do a career with, again the video game analogy, where am I going? You'd pick Dustin Poirier. Justin Gaethje, we said it when he signed with the UFC. His style is incredible. It's almost like it's like a B movie, like a slaughterhouse movie. It's blood, guts, and glory. Yeah. But we said when he fights the top elite guys in the division, he'll be found out. In some ways, against Eddie Alvarez, Eddie Alvarez is known for getting into them crazy barn burner fights. But I picked Eddie at the time because I felt he was the more technical brawler.
Yeah.
In this one, I think Dustin Poirier I think a fight I'd almost use to compare this to, and I'm not saying the other guy is like Justin Gaethje, would be Carlos Condit, who fights on the card, against Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
Where Carlos was on the back foot, was moving, landing the strikes on his bike, getting out of the way, picking apart. And a lot of people thought Nate Diaz won the fight, but Carlos was landing the shots, the scoring points, and getting out of there. I think Dustin Poirier needs to fight this fight as if it's a point-scoring kickboxing match in that style, or try and even Gaethje, great wrestling, tough to get him to the ground.
He will.
But
he'll be more lateral with it.
Yeah.
He's an L-step guy. In other words, like if a guy charges him, he'll either pivot out weak side or he'll drop L-step and then recommit in as a southpaw, right? So he'll drop L, come back in left. Uses jab. It's hard to do when I'm sitting.
Yeah. Because
anyway,
when you
it's not going to be backing up, peppering like it's not. It's a great analogy. It's just a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm being.
But I just mean he needs to be on his bike in this fight. He can't get like when he fought Conor, he let his ego get in the way.
Yeah.
And you could say the same with Johnson. He sort of let his ego get in the way. He was winning that fight, I think, and sort of said, "All right, let's stand and trade."
No, he got knocked out like 10 seconds in.
Was it 10 seconds in? No, it wasn't that quick.
It was fairly quick.
20.
Was it?
It's fairly quick.
Yeah, Johnson moves really well backwards.
First round, 130. Yeah.
Who doesn't know how to? Who doesn't have footwork?
But I think his Joe Duffy fight was a big standout for me.
Yeah.
For Poirier.
Yeah.
But I just think he needs to get in, score, and get out.
Yeah.
He can't let the ego. He cannot stand and fight with Gaethje the way Eddie
Wasn't
Alvarez.
he beating Alvarez too?
Yeah,
No,
it was like they both.
It was back and forth.
Yeah, they both hurt each other. They were both rocked.
Remember it was the foul, no contest foul, no contest foul.
Knee with a hand down or something.
Yeah, it was a weird one. This
anyway.
I think this is a weird pick or a weird one to go with because back on Justin Gaethje's last fight against Eddie Alvarez, I said kind of similar to what you said, whereas I think Eddie Alvarez can win the fight if he doesn't really get into a brawl with him and he kind of fights smart. He didn't really do that, but he still won, and Justin Gaethje actually got finished for the first time in his career. Now he didn't get knocked out completely. It wasn't like a flash knockout, but he definitely got hurt.
Who didn't get knocked out? Gaethje. Gaethje was out.
He wasn't like, it wasn't a flash knockout where he was out cold completely. It was like, it was damage. So I could say the same thing about this fight, whereas I think Dustin Poirier, if he does what you said, he goes around and he fights smart, that he can win the fight. But I do think he can win the fight in the brawl. I really do. I think he can. I just don't think it's as likely. So I'm not going to lean on the fact. I'm not going to say 100% if this turns into a brawl, Gaethje wins. But I'd have to rely on him to win on that, and I think that's going to happen. So that's why I'm going to lean towards Justin Gaethje. Gaethje can wrestle better than Poirier, in my opinion. He really can. He's a good wrestler. He just doesn't do it.
If he's smart, he will.
Yeah, and he just doesn't do it. But yeah, I think it's going to be a brawl, and I think Gaethje wins.
This is the main event, so it's 5 rounds. I think 3 rounds you might favour Poirier, that he won't get involved in it. But it's the one thing, and it depends, because Poirier has finished power in him. It's the one thing, Brendan, you say, like Poirier throws more straight shots.
Yeah.
They go straight down. They're a more direct line, so they're going
wonderful too, non-telegraph, straight line, bang.
So his striking is beautiful, but my only concern, and it's his chin. I just don't think he can take it. And if they trade, I just don't think he can take it. But if he gets in there,
it's been kind of receding for a bit, you know.
Yeah. I do wonder when Justin Gaethje will go as well. Yeah, the weight cut.
I think the weight cut for Poirier isn't as bad, so I don't think his chin is as susceptible at lightweight as it was a feather.
Sure,
I agree with that.
Totally fair point. This is a fight. It's a wait and see kind of fight, I think.
Yeah. It's almost it's almost like
that wouldn't be a really good breakdown though, Brendan, would it?
No, I'm trying
Justin
to give
Gaethje taking on Dustin Poirier.
Let's
wait and see.
One similar to the other person, you know.
Yeah.
They're very unique as opponents.
Yeah,
that's why.
What's your pick?
I'm gonna go with Gaethje. And I want to go with Poirier.
Yeah.
But I just think this time around, Gaethje will have to take what Poirier can give, and he'll land his shot.
I'm gonna go Gaethje too.
Me too.
That was nice and easy. My man Carlos Condit is back in action. A change of opponent. Originally meant to be Matt Brown. That fell away. And the Brazilian cowboy, Alex Oliveira, stands up and steps up to the plate to take on Carlos Condit on short-ish, about 2 weeks' notice. What do we think it is? Do we think is it the right fight here? It's a bit of a weird one. It's I was looking forward to seeing both Condit and Brown go at it, because it's a fight that was meant to happen on a few occasions before, and the fight never came to fruition. So this one is a bit of a weird one, I think, from Condit, because this is almost like, how far have you fallen? Oh, you've fallen alright, you've fallen to Cowboy Oliveira level. Okay, that's what I get from it, and that's not being disrespectful. I thought Carlos Condit could have been the champion only for George St. Pierre. He was an interim champion, but I don't know. You know, Oliveira coming off that crazy fight against Yancy Medeiros. How has he recovered from that? It was 4 months ago, so you'd think, probably has. But
Condit was the natural born killer. He was, you know, who brings up one of you two brings up the Hardy fight all the time?
Probably Noel, is it?
Probably me, because I have a complete man crush on Carlos Condit.
Yeah, that left hook put Dan Hardy on fucking Neptune.
Yeah.
Am I smiling? So Condit used to be. Condit used to be. What? I'm real subtle, right?
Yeah.
Condit used to be a savage, man. He beat everyone not named George St. Pierre for a long time, right? But that last fight was like, is that ring rust? Is it time off? Has the sport caught up with him?
Yeah.
But we're gonna find out right now, because Brazilian cowboy isn't elite.
That's what I mean. If this fight was Carlos Condit a few years ago, we were going, why are they matching these? This is such a mismatch.
I much preferred the Brown fight for Condit. Like, much preferred the Brown fight. I think it was more... like, even though
that's a great fight.
Even though I think Brown is a better fighter, although, the age thing come into a factor. But I just think that it was a better stylistic matchup. I think Alex Oliveira can fight similar to Neil Magny if he wants. Yeah. And that Neil Magny performance for Carlos Condit was very, very disappointing. He was flat. He couldn't get anything going. And if Oliveira can fight similar, and Oliveira has takedowns as well, he can get some takedowns, he has some trips and stuff. If just Carlos Condit can't get going, I just see this being another disappointing performance. I really want him to, so that's why I'm going to say I'm picking him to win, but I would not be confident in it.
Yeah, I'm the same, and it's weird because I'm not questioning his... giddy up or get up for a fight, but I just don't think it's the same as it would have been against Matt Brown.
Carlos Condit doesn't get up for anything, you know? Until he wins, you don't see much emotion out of that guy.
Yeah, it's true.
I love Condit. For me, he was one of the best strikers in mixed martial arts, for a long time. George St. Pierre
and handsome as the day is long, brother.
Yeah. And George St. Pierre has said that I don't have man crush on ugly men. George St. Pierre said it was the hardest he's ever been hit as well when he fought Condit.
That head kick was beautiful.
Yeah, it was lovely.
I love Condit. I'm picking Condit, and he was robbed against Robbie Lawler, so Condit's the winner for me.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, 100% robbed.
Condit, I'm taking.
Excellent. I just hope he gets it done, because you like to see our fighters go out, and we always say this, MMA doesn't go by the script.
I just don't like the matchup. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the fight myself, being personally honest, and it's almost like fair play to Alex Oliveira, by the way, for taking the fight. Yeah, because it's a
good name for him.
It's a great name for him.
Yeah,
former interim
champion.
You
will never see me do a breakdown on him.
Whom?
Just do that quick math. Not Condit, I will. The other one.
All right.
Oliveira. Cowboy. I don't even know.
Let's breeze through the card, because time is of the essence here, so we're running through it. So let's do one that jumps out for you, Rob. We'll do our quick under the radar fight.
All right, fair enough.
Israel is back on the card as well.
Yes.
So that's a big fight. Adesanya, am I saying that right?
Adesanya,
yeah. And again, this is 12-0, a lot of hype as well, especially coming after his last fight as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him back in there. And again, he fights with almost like style points. It's almost like with the more crazy techniques you throw and an array of skills you throw, it's you get skill points for it, And dare I say it, Brendan, a little John Jones-esque style fighting.
That's quite daring of you. Fucking hate that analogy. Asshole. That guy hit me up on Instagram to thank me for the breakdown I did on him.
Nice.
Deadly.
It's good.
Fan.
It was good.
Yeah, it was nice. I punch a kick and win.
Here we go.
Very easy, yes. I like you.
But again,
he's a savage, man. He's one of the most elite strikers in the entire organization. Yeah. So hopefully his grappling. He's training with Galvao and Keenan. There's some really good grapplers out of Atos, although they don't focus on MMA grappling as much. But that's okay.
Yeah.
If his grappling gets up to par, he's like a blue/purple beltish now. He could be a killer. His striking is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's translated well to 4-ounce gloves, because he's an evader more than a hat jab. He's just out of the way.
Yeah. I like the matchup as well.
That always translates a little better.
Yeah, I think it's a good matchup because early in his last fight, Israel's, there was a moment there in the clinch where he was getting up against the cage. The guy was trying to take him down, and if somebody can do that and do it for more of an extended period of time, can maybe land some strikes, we'll be able to see a little bit more. And Vettori is a good fighter. He's very aggressive, comes forward. He'll try to do that. We'll see how Adesanya deals with it. I hope he can. I hope his wrestling is there. But I like the matchup. I think it's a good step. For him.
He's got the build, man. He's very, very he's got that long reach. His arsenal's crazy. But sometimes with that long mantis build, it's like, unlike John Jones, he doesn't have a wrestling background.
Yeah.
You know, so if he goes against, he's 185. Like, Yoel is a stylistic nightmare.
Yeah.
Even Weidman, you know, someone with high-level takedowns like that would be a nightmare for him right now, I think.
Yeah.
But he's not even there, so.
Another under the radar pick for me would be, I suppose it's not under the radar because it's on the main card. It's Waterson and Casey. I like the fight just because Casey's tough, and she had that horrible. She was out for a while with the drug thing, wasn't it? And then Waterson seemed to be the UFC was getting behind her a lot, and then she lost. So it'll be interesting to see how she bounces back.
She do Sports Illustrated, did she?
Yes. I think she did, yeah. The course.
Don't go on the fucking cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
Or
Madden.
Or Weedos.
Or Madden, yeah. That's another one, isn't it? Yeah.
Or Weedos.
Or Wheaties.
Yeah, Pettis. I brought that one up last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
The main thing is don't get sponsored by a big sponsor.
Yeah, exactly. Don't take too much money.
Yeah.
I turn them all down. I just got off the phone with Jim Nike.
Yeah.
UFC going down this weekend. Check it out. We just skipped ahead on a couple of fights, but let's be honest, we wanted to get we want to talk about the main events on it.
Yeah.
Look down it, but as I will say, the main I'm not going to go down it. It's a good card. Tim Bosch is on it as well. Worth a call out as well, and Yushin Okami as well is on there. So some names from the past, you could say.